Oh, but I really want to do this. I really want to do the gift. Well, you know what? A gift is knocking at your door. You're perceiving it as a need. Let that gift in. You let the gift in. And don't fuss about it. Say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. I will give my attention to watching these needs, the meeting of these needs, become identified in my experience. I will not resist my need being met. I will not resist the gift of stability and ease so that I might, in ease and in peace, let the flow of creativity through that constitutes the gift I am impelled to make come forth. That's it. That's it. Okay. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your patience. Okay.
The next question is from Virginia. Thank you, Raj. Please help me to understand what happened to me that night 16 years ago.
When, ... I am going to ask you to flesh the question out a little bit more, please. We'll go on to the next question.
The next question is from Andriana. How do we embody the Christ? Dear Raj, recently you said we can't just quietly enjoy peace and love in our minds. We must embody it. Does embodying mean speaking words of peace? Also, does it mean doing good deeds? Sorry, I'm confused.
You've got it. Embodying it means I'm going to put it this way, being a recordable evidence of it. Recordable by photograph, by recording, by video. It means expressing the truth in an experienceable form. Paul is embodying the Christ right now. You can see it, you can hear it, but more than that, there are lives changed, lives healed, and that's a further recordable embodiment of it. That which is embodied is rendered visible, quote, in the world, unquote. As the experience of healing, of transformation, and the disclosure of the kingdom of heaven where you thought it was only the world and universe. Yes. Embodying it means speaking peace, speaking love, speaking affection. It means in actions, not joining with one who wants to engage in unprincipled actions, hateful actions, malicious actions, jealous actions. It means not joining through action, whether it's saying no, whether it's physically withdrawing, but not participating in a visible, audible, recordable way. Exactly. I will tell you something. Until truth is witnessed to through expressed actions, it's like a song that isn't sung. Did I hear something? No, nothing happened. You see? How on earth could you experience brotherly love if brotherly love weren't expressed in actions? I mean, once again, let's stay grounded and let's stay practical. As I've said before, radical idealism has to be translated into practical realism. And if it isn't, then it's just idealistic. Hanging in the ethers, but no one would know it was there. Love needs to be embodied in acts of kindness, acts of appreciation, acts of caring, acts of support, acts of refusing to support what doesn't express love, acts of objecting to that which expresses hate. You see? Absolutely. Embodying the Christ is to be the recordable evidence of the Christ in the world. Period. End of story. That's it. No alteration to that can be made. No argument against it can successfully be made. That truth cannot be modified, and any belief to the contrary can never become the truth. Thank you for the question. Okay.
In response to Virginia's earlier question, she replied with, well, the question is, thank you, Raj. Please help me to understand what happened to me that night 16 years ago. She continues, I changed completely in the blink of an eye. In effect, I became a totally different person, healed of a devastating illness.
What? That wasn't enough for you? That's what happened that night 16 years ago. A miracle. You relented. You came to the end of your rope, even though you might not see a logical mental process whereby you arrived at that, but you arrived at a point where willfulness was abandoned completely and you yielded unconditionally. And that's what happens when you do that. That's what happens when any of you do that. That is the embodiment of everything I have been talking about. That is the point. When willfulness is abandoned, transformation, inspiration, insight, and clarity occur. And because the kingdom of heaven is the only thing there is for you to see, you saw it more clearly. Now, indeed, there's even more awaiting you. But what happened was a moment of utter defenselessness. In defenselessness, my safety lies. In defenselessness, sudden shifts of perception can and will spontaneously occur, period. I said spontaneously, without any act of will on your part or anyone else's. Because that's the gift that's always being extended, but which everyone is blocking by virtue of willfulness, self-assertive attempts to authorize and create on your own, by the sheer force of your own will. You gave that up in that moment. And everyone who gives that up, in the moment that they give it up, they are transformed. Not just as an idealistic transformational head trip, but as truth and reality embodied in recordable form. Healing is not a head trip. Healing is something that is embodied. And I promise you, you will not see the extension of truth, which is its embodiment, if you or anyone else, and I'm not choosing you here, I'm just taking the opportunity to say this, if you or anyone else insists upon saying, this is all an illusion, quote, there is no spoon, unquote. There is the idea. or nothing would be being experienced at all. Awakening is the falling away from your eyes of the scales of your misperceptions, the scales of your imaginative mental structures and definitions and mutual agreements. And as they fall away, you see lives transformed, just as you experienced it. What you